The U.S. offer of a 15-year security guarantee to Ukraine as part of a potential peace plan marks a significant, albeit potentially limited, shift in the geopolitical landscape. This proposal, revealed by President Zelenskyy, raises crucial questions about its scope, enforceability, and long-term implications for both Ukraine and the broader European security architecture. A deeper analysis reveals the complex history underpinning the conflict, the immediate context driving the offer, and the potential ramifications if the proposal is implemented. The core of the analysis centers on several key points. First, the very notion of a security guarantee requires clarification. What specific actions does the U.S. pledge to undertake in the event of renewed Russian aggression during those 15 years? Does it entail automatic military intervention, provision of advanced weaponry, economic sanctions, or a combination thereof? The level of commitment embedded in the guarantee will ultimately determine its deterrent effect. Second, the duration of 15 years warrants scrutiny. While a substantial period, Zelenskyy's preference for a longer commitment highlights the inherent uncertainty and vulnerability Ukraine faces. The short timeframe raises concerns about Russia's potential strategy to simply wait out the guarantee before escalating hostilities again. Third, the deal's impact on the broader European security order needs evaluating. What are the implications for NATO, and how will European allies respond to a bilateral agreement between the US and Ukraine? Will it strengthen transatlantic unity or create potential divisions? The historical context is essential for understanding the gravity of this offer. Ukraine's history is intertwined with both Russia and the West, a complex legacy of shifting allegiances, territorial disputes, and unfulfilled promises. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 gave rise to an independent Ukraine, but Russia has consistently viewed Ukraine's westward orientation with suspicion, considering it a threat to its sphere of influence. Key events such as the Orange Revolution in 2004, the annexation of Crimea in 2014, and the ongoing war in Donbass have dramatically shaped Ukrainian-Russian relations. Western promises of security and economic support to Ukraine have often fallen short, creating a sense of vulnerability and fueling resentment toward both Russia and the West. The Budapest Memorandum of 1994, where Ukraine surrendered its nuclear weapons in exchange for security assurances, is a stark reminder of the fragility of international agreements. The document failed to prevent Russia's aggression, casting a shadow on the current proposed guarantee. The context within which this offer emerges is crucial. The war in Ukraine has reached a critical juncture. Ukraine's resilience in the face of Russian aggression has been remarkable, but the country is heavily reliant on Western military and financial assistance. The level of support from the US and Europe has fluctuated, with some expressing concerns about the long-term sustainability of aid. Politically, the U.S. domestic environment is characterized by increasing polarization and debates over foreign policy priorities. The upcoming presidential election further complicates the situation, as a change in administration could potentially alter the U.S. commitment to Ukraine. This uncertainty creates an incentive for Ukraine to seek stronger security guarantees. Additionally, international pressure for a negotiated settlement to the conflict is mounting. The 15-year security guarantee can be viewed as an attempt to create a framework for peace talks, but it remains to be seen whether Russia will accept such an agreement. The potential ramifications of this offer are numerous. If the security guarantee is robust and credible, it could deter further Russian aggression and provide Ukraine with the breathing room it needs to rebuild its economy and strengthen its democratic institutions. It might also bolster Ukraine's negotiating position in future peace talks. However, if the guarantee is perceived as weak or unreliable, it could embolden Russia and undermine Ukraine's security. The duration of the guarantee may be insufficient, as Russia may simply bide its time. Furthermore, the offer could lead to divisions within the Transatlantic alliance if European allies feel excluded from the process. The success of the security guarantee will depend on its enforceability, the level of commitment from the US, and the broader geopolitical context. In conclusion, The U.S. offer of a 15-year security guarantee to Ukraine is a complex and consequential proposal that must be analyzed within its historical context and current political environment. The guarantee's potential to deter Russian aggression and provide stability for Ukraine hinges on its scope, credibility, and the unwavering commitment of the United States. While it presents an opportunity to create a framework for peace, the proposal also carries risks, including potential divisions within the Transatlantic alliance and the possibility of Russia undermining the agreement. The long-term impact of this offer will depend on the specific details of the guarantee, the broader geopolitical landscape, and the actions of all the parties involved. The guarantee is not an end in itself, but a potential step towards a more secure and stable future for Ukraine, but is ultimately contingent on factors both internal and external to the immediate U.S.-Ukraine relationship.